let's delve into the technology that is the interwibble, and that tells me that we're
Did you get a
live.
haircut?
Did you say did I or
Yeah, did you get a haircut?
hey Jimmy? No, I didn't.
Oh,
In fact, my
okay.
hair is, some would say, in desperate need of cutting. It was
Well,
about
you're,
4 weeks ago that I had the most recent haircut, and I have to say it was one of the best days ever. Like a lot of people coming out of the lockdown, having their hair cut and everything.
I haven't
Um,
had a haircut in 6, 7 years, so I have no idea what that is.
okay, yeah. Well, so I'm kind of a little bit ahead of you there, right? I'm getting that. Let's see. Let's see what we're supposed to be doing here. Stand by. Just double checking that we're on all social medias. It looks good so far. I'm almost in shock. Medias. It looks good so far. Sounds good as well. Well, if it wasn't for that voice.
So
Uh,
you're okay now. Your thing is
we are live. You and I are live on social
okay.
media. Yes,
Okay.
my thing is all going good here. Apparently, we're going to be talking websites, aren't we, and that sort of thing. Definitely at some point, if not sooner than later. So we're on there. Let's press this magic button here as well. So many things to do once you start going on different platforms. Hello, people. Welcome. If you're just tuning in, then that's good. Great. We'll see how the internet goes as well this week. Should be good. Well, it should always be good, but there's always a possibility at the moment.
Got 98 download speed.
Don't make me feel so bad by telling me that. You know, that's
14
that's
ping.
just wrong.
98.55 download speed, and my upload speed is 232.
Well, in reality, when we're streaming out here as we are now, because of the infrastructure using the cloud to distribute, so we need a single solid connection of between 4 and 6 meg to get a decent response and output realistically. Right, so we're definitely on Facebook. That is good. It's all exciting, isn't it? Exciting stuff. So what I shall do is press that button there. Right, now I have Facebook messaging me, which I'm not interested in at the moment. Sorry, Facebook, no time for that right now. They're telling me apparently that we need to boost our broadcast. Well, people out there can boost it, please, as and when you feel you can. Spread the word, share it out, please, if you're enjoying it, of course. Right here at ShineCast, we're about to speak with Jimmy and hit the go button on our please on our thing. Are you all set to go then, Jimmy?
Sure.
Yeah, waiting for me. Right, okay, that's good. So, have you? Oh, I see you're still deciding. Right, that reminds me of Blue Man Group. I think it was. Yeah. At Glastonbury. I'm trying to
Yeah.
think of the track that I like a lot, and I saw performed there on the stage. All right, is that what you're going to go with for the rest of this broadcast? I have a feeling. That's not true.
I don't
It's not.
know. I mean, I'm trying to come up with something good here.
All right. Well, time is ticking away
Well, I
before
can
we.
always. It's not a big deal. I can change it at any time.
Yeah.
Right. I'm
Okay.
hoping.
You're worrying me. Right. Okay, everyone. Here we go then with the first ShineCast of the month. People out there who don't know what's going on are thinking, what? What? Are you ready then, sir? Good. I am. We're going to press the magic button. If you're ready, Jimmy. You ready? Sorry, I had your microphone switched off then.
Okay.
You were saying?
I'm ready.
Still, no, you're still. Oh, you're on there. Oh my goodness! Tell you what, you know, I didn't do. I'm actually going to do this as well. I should have done this before. Again, it's crazy. Life is crazy. Bear with me just a second. Now I'm going to hold things up. Oh, guys and girls, what are you watching is the preamble for ShineCast, which will be starting in approximately. I've just been told in my ear approximately 111 seconds from now. So I hope that helps.
Does that work? That's the way it works?
Yeah. Because yeah, we'll make sure. Right, I'm just gonna go live on my personal social media, which I said I would do last week, which I haven't done today because it's been a manic time. It's all good. It's been very positive, productive. But as I'm getting to that point where it's like no hours in the day, not enough hours in the day. So there we go. Press that button there, and yeah. Okay. Okay, well, I'm just typing something in case you hadn't realised. Well, I've gone quiet there, people. After the next ad, there we go. This cool. That'll do. Goodness, all these digital devices and so much to remember as you're doing all this. Right, that'll be that there. Boom, boom. We're approaching that 111 second mark, aren't we, Jimmy? Right, that there, and hopefully. Always, there's so much technology that the more you implement, the more room there is for something to go wrong. Please don't go wrong is what we ask, but inevitably something happens. Right, press that magic button there, and pretty much I'm just going to go live then on my social channels, as I say, and people that want to can then they should be following us already on ShineCast, but maybe some aren't.
What can I edit? I need to brighten this thing. Filter effects. Maybe that's what I need.
I'm you sorting some stuff there, Jimmy. Bear with me while I do this.
Light.
Okay, let's see how we go. Wow, this is going to be very quick. A quick impromptu live from me, Martin Shine, on @Martin Shine Periscope, Twitter, Martin Shine live on Facebook, and of course on YouTube as well. Just search for me, Martin Shine live. But right now we're about to go live on ShineCast. So if you want to join us, at least I say us, that's myself and the wonderful Jimmy Heaven in Japan, and you want to be part of it, or at least know what's going on and listen to the conversation, which is, as ever, fantabulous. That's what it's going to be. Then join us. It's facebook.com/ShineCast. Well, #ShineCast really on there, but just search for us. And indeed on Periscope and Twitter, yeah, #ShineCast, you'll find us, and on YouTube as well. We're going live in any second now, actually. So you'll be getting, well, any second from the moment that this is happening, because you might be watching this in 2025, in which case it's already happened and you're late for the party. I'll speak with you soon, people. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to follow, share out. Bye now. Wow, there you go. It's all happening, isn't it, Jimmy? All happening. Are you ready, sir?
Yes, I am.
You sort of readjusted whatever it was you were adjusting and redoing and stuff.
Well, it's just that the picture is so dark.
I know. As long as it's not as dark as what we were talking about earlier on. Was it Russia having some dark moments?
Well, I think that's what some of the romantic part of it about it is also.
Right. Yeah, it can be. Yeah. Okay. Right. Let's rock and roll and get the titles rolling.
Okay.
Hey. We're here. It's the first one of the month. It is September 2020. It's Friday the 4th, and it's officially autumn, fall now, and a new season. as we welcome Jimmy Heaven, who's already over there somewhere. Is that right?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, you are, aren't you? Yeah. It's a bit further than just on the other, well, a couple of inches from my finger, apparently.
Oh,
But
the other way.
yeah. I always have to think twice. It's so confusing because sometimes, depending on what device we're using and software and hardware, you know what it's like. A lot of people, isn't it Instagram? They take pictures and the writing is back to front and mirror imaged, and I don't know why that happens, particularly when it's the majority of people using that particular camera on their device. Yeah. Anyway, how you been, Jimmy?
I'm doing okay.
You
So,
are doing.
it's been a good week.
It has.
Well, last
Good.
week was good too.
Yeah, I've had a good week as well, actually. Particularly as the week progressed, the further it progressed, then the more it was positive and productive, really.
I'd like to
So,
introduce today's drink. We've got a
yes,
bottle of Cavassier, and that's what we're drinking tonight.
it's not full, Jimmy. I just
I'm drinking right here.
noticed. Yeah, but I mean, if you were to pour that back into the bottle, would it fill it completely?
No, of course not. This is my second glass.
Excellent. There you go. Cheers, everybody. Yes, but of course, again, just a reminder that it's evening time for you. You've finished work, say for the week. Yeah. I mean, I know a week ago, last weekend, you still had to work at the weekend, but I think that was an exception to the rule, wasn't it? In general, yeah.
Excuse me, that I had to what? No, that's not true. That's not true. I do work on weekends too. I have a very mixed schedule. So, at the moment, I lost you. Oh, that was. I think
You've lost me.
we
I'm
lost
good.
that connection for a second.
I think you never know. It could be one of those weeks, Jimmy. It could be one of those weeks. But yeah.
I'm always wondering why can the internet never be like steady? Like why can't it be steady? Like
Well,
I'm paying for was it this high speed internet?
yeah, but you're not paying for my internet here at the moment.
No,
We're kind of
I'm not talking about only yours. I'm not talking
right.
about only yours. Even though I have a very high speed internet,
I'm with
as
you.
I
I'm
told
with you.
you.
Yep.
Okay, I'm running a test at the moment right now,
Are
and
you?
my ping is 15. My download speed is 157.
Yes.
That's
Well,
pretty good. And
it's something that I don't think I'll see in my lifetime here in the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. But let me just clarify. The way this is all working, the whole system and all. So it does mean that obviously, if my connection's not ideal, then we are going to lose me. And yours just seems to be pretty much stable all the time. But as I say, at the moment, we are kind of using cocoa tins and bits of string to a degree. At this time, and this is
is that what you use in England? Cocoa tins?
well, sometimes strong coffee. Depends.
I think in America we use styrofoam cups or paper cups, maybe tomato cans, but cocoa tins.
Can I just remind you, not necessarily correct you, far from it, but you say styrofoam, of course, over here.
Not styrofoam, it was paper cups. So I don't think styrofoam is going to work well.
Yeah, but again, I just want to qualify what you mean when you say styrofoam, because a lot of people will have no idea what styrofoam actually is, even though they've seen it everywhere here in England, Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland.
What do they call it there?
Polystyrene.
Polystyrene. Okay.
Yeah. It's a bit like we call it, the foil that for cooking and baking.
Aluminum.
Yeah, exactly. It's aluminium foil. We go the whole way. We pronounce the whole. It's just easier, and I guess some could even think it might be just people being a bit lazy in the United States of America, particularly with things like.
Well, if you want to make it simple, it's tin foil.
Yeah, right. Well, yeah, but is it tin or is it?
And it's not tin. It's not tin. It's aluminum. It's aluminum.
There you go. Then you see. So yeah. Where do we go with that one?
Well, where we go, I tell you, we what was it called when you look for the word etymology? What's it called?
Yeah, etymology. Yeah, that's right. Something like that. Yes.
Something like that.
The originations of a word, basically. Oh, by the way, before we go any further, Jimmy, let me just remind you, because we've got plenty of people watching. If you're watching on the replay, that's good. If you're watching live, though, and you could be watching us live if you realized at what time we went live. And to do that, if you follow, like, share, but certainly follow on one of the platforms, ideally Twitter, I would say, then you know when we're going live and you can join in the fun and the conversation. And even if you're not happy with what you're hearing, or there's something specific, more to the point, that you want discussed, then you can join in yourselves as well. So first of all, of course, at the bottom of the screen, there you go. That's the information to follow, like, share, and join in stuff and on a regular basis. And of course, there you go. It's shinecast.live/join on any browser on your digital device, and you can join in the chat. Yeah, we'll be able to see you, hear you, and all is good. There you are. I'm glad I've sorted that bit out as we continue here. Jimmy, I thought for a moment you were going on for another sort of sip of the drink, possibly.
No, I'm going on an ice run.
Oh, really? Let's see that. Okay, let's see. Yeah. So they're actual ice cubes as opposed to the round, because of course now you get these. They're like the ice bags, aren't they?
Ice bag. I got ice bag. Yeah.
Yeah. But you've already popped the ice out of the container into the bag. That's what you've done, right?
No, I bought it in a bag.
There I was thinking that you actually made the ice yourself, but
no, you can't make such large ice. I mean, I could actually. It's not true.
Well, when I was referring to ice bags, I meant the ones where they have their little circular pouches throughout.
I know exactly what you're talking about. You fill it with water,
right? And then you break the plastic up. See, are we ever going to be able to truly get rid of plastic in our lives? You see,
plastic's everywhere. It's ridiculous. You know, in Japan, the funniest thing is they start, like, they're talking about, well, they have tried to not outlaw. They didn't outlaw them. What they do is, like, they usually used to give you free plastic bags. So now if you want a plastic bag, you get a free plastic. No, you have to pay for it. You have to pay for the plastic bag. But it's a ridiculous. It's like it's almost, it's practically free. So of course people are gonna ask. They're gonna pay for it. So it's stupid. They should make it a much higher price.
They're doing that now. They are doing that now, Jimmy, in the UK. They're upping the price. It's currently
Makes no sense.
5 pence, but it's going up to 10 pence. So yeah,
make it 25. Make it 25.
Higher? Any further? Any more?
Make it 25. Make the bag a little bit more. Add a little more quality so they can reuse it for real. And that's what they should do. And it should be higher price so people don't want to pay for it. They have to make it so people don't want to pay for it. It's like, oh, I really forgot my bag. I really forgot it, my own bag, so I have to buy it. There should be not. It should. That's the kind of feeling it should be.
I can't believe. I don't know if you noticed just now. We were talking about bags, and there was a comment on the screen, and I was going to. Someone happened to join us. Strange that we should be talking about bags. Never mind. That was Brenda in Ohio. I shall say no more before I am in a lot of trouble. But yeah, so tell me, do you think we've got these like Hessian bags for life, they call them often, and
tote bags or whatever? Yeah.
Yeah. So we could go that route, but I think that'd be a bit difficult trying to make ice in such a bag and put it in the freezer. So I think plastic's here to stay for a little while longer on that level.
Well, I don't know about where you are, but in Japan there's plastic sheets like vinyl plastic, clear plastic sheets everywhere. In restaurants, at the supermarket, there's a plastic sheet at the register. So it's like a partition, basically. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. So basically, we're not getting rid of plastic
for a while yet. But
there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with plastic.
It's the way we manage our lifestyle.
Yeah, exactly.
And we're I mean, the worst thing as well, you're in Japan, right, where a lot of the electronics for years have been distributed around the planet from, with the Sony Corporation, Panasonic, Toshiba, and others available, of course. But even, Apple Inc., everything's produced over in China, right, in that part of the world, so it's still in the Far East. It's really interesting, you see. It must confuse a lot of people. If you're living, you're living, say, in Australasia, Oceania, and then we start referring, over here we refer to it as the Far East, but like, as far as you're concerned, you're here, and surely further east is technically the west coast of the United States of America, on the other side of the Pacific. So it's a bit confusing if you're looking at a spherical, picture of the planet, a globe. Yeah, and you forget where the international date line is as well. But yeah, as I say, a lot of electronics coming from all over there, and now it's a disposable marketplace, isn't it? You know, your kettle, as we were talking about recently, if the kettle just explodes, well, hopefully not when you're around, but at least goes pop, and maybe the element has had its day and works no more. Usually, you know, 40 years ago, you'd take the kettle to a shop, to a store, and someone will repair it. There's no jobs for those people anymore, you know, such engineers, because now
I think it's coming back. I think it's coming back.
It could well be. And after what, again, what we've been talking about recently, what with things coming back because actually they're better quality, warmer sounding when it comes to hi-fi valves, tubes, you know, and your vintage turntable record player, you could be right there. Yeah, and why not? Because it also gives even the hobbyists something to do, like yourself, as you were saying. You know, it's awesome when you that feeling when you've restored something, or at least in, you know, in any way got it working again. It's like when people tinker around with cars, automobiles, other vehicles, motorbikes. Yeah, I've never been into that sort of thing. I think partly because to get your hands on a vehicle, you know, vehicles, when you're starting out, if you don't know what you're doing, you could just potentially damage it beyond repair. And so yeah, and I've never got into that side of things. But electronics, oh yeah.
Well, actually, I actually bought an old copper kettle.
You did. I don't know if you remember, if you mentioned it in a previous broadcast, but you certainly told me off of here that you bought an old copper kettle, and you notice a difference in the flavor as well when you're.
I haven't cleaned it yet.
You haven't used it yet. Okay,
I haven't cleaned it yet.
In that case, then you'll certainly notice a different flavor. All right, so maybe you want to try it.
It's a greenish. It's a very
question, right? Yeah,
very greenish flavor.
If you like green tea, then it sounds ideal, right?
Well, you know what the thing is, I have one now. Actually, I would wish there was somebody that would polish it for me.
Ah, now do you, or is it a case of you've got to go out there or go online, find the polish, buy it, and do it yourself, possibly? Now, I'm just trying to think.
What toothpaste might work.
We've always had something here called Brasso. Now, whether or not you can
absolutely
use it,
brass, yeah.
Yeah, so Brasso's it's been around since the dinosaurs in the UK, certainly. But yeah, plenty of products, I'm sure, that will assist you in restoring it to its.
I think it's something. I think if I make a paste out of, I think it was flour and baking soda or something like that. I'm sure.
Maybe some lemon juice
and vinegar. Yeah, lemon juice or vinegar.
There we go. Or even lime juice. No one ever mentions lime juice. I don't know if it's
lime juice is a lot more expensive.
What do you think? Yeah.
And I prefer that in my cocktails.
Oh, definitely. Or yeah, actually, I prefer a piece of lime in the dare I mention the word? Well, in your bottled beer. Let's call it that without mentioning.
Well, how about if I pour in some apple cider vinegar instead?
I do like. I love white wine vinegar at the moment. Is what I'm on to, and I chop up regular cucumber and tomato and scallions, they're called in the United States of America. And again, like, so many people are like, what are you talking about? Because I have no idea over here. Like they very, very rarely use that term. We're talking certainly onions.
They're all onions. They're all onions. Scallions, chives, green onions, long onions, red onions. They're all onions.
Red onion become very popular. It really has in salads. It's crazy. No one would put like regular, just ordinary white onions in a salad. But now you go and see a salad, you know, a mixed salad in the stores that they sell pre-packed. It's definitely going to have some.
I definitely do. Red onion is good because it's a little bit more. It's a little milder, but I would definitely. I mean, white onion. If you want a little bit of punch, the white onion is good. The regular red yellow onion is fine too.
Yeah. Now you just said something. It's more you said
the red onion is a little bit milder. It's a milder, so it works on its own.
It's more, you said more milder. I think you said.
Well, milder. Well, are you correcting my English?
Oh, this is it now. I can't remember what you said, but I know that I would have challenged it, and I am, but I can't remember. I'll pick you up again. Don't worry. How's it been going? Excuse me.
It's a little milder.
Oh, that was it. You said it was milder, and I'm questioning, should it have been you think it's more mild. I think more mild is more correct English.
It could be the mildest.
Forgive me, because I mean my English isn't perfect. Certainly, if I was to meet Queen Elizabeth anytime soon, she'd be telling me that.
And you think her English is perfect?
Well, listen. At the end of the day, the Queen does go to the bathroom.
Let me ask you something about talking about the Queen. Now, I'm very interested in what you think about this new claim to the throne from New Zealand.
Could you remind everyone?
What was his name? The New Zealand news.
You're doing your research, right? Yeah. Anyway,
I forgot his name.
It hasn't hit the main headlines here, certainly on my news sources. But I'll tell you one thing while you're checking that out. This week, of course, one of the largest media corporations in the world now, Netflix. Yeah, you know those guys. They don't need any more advertising. Meanwhile, they don't need any more advertising, but they are ensuring that they have such in the way of as close to royalty as possible at the moment. That is Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. They're now going to be on Netflix. Sorry, Jimmy, I didn't realize you're still. I can see now. It's okay. Well, it's a bit difficult seeing you looking at the camera. I have to keep double checking down here.
Hallett.
Yes.
Joseph Gregory Hallett.
Mm-hmm.
New Zealand. I think he's claiming to be the bloodline of Anne Boleyn, but I'm not sure how that would work out because of she was beheaded, I think. Right?
Yeah, we got to be careful what we say here, right? Hey, speaking about executions and
Joseph Gregory Hallett, I think he's King John III is known as King John III. I'm not sure. I'm sure this is maybe a conspiracy theory or not. But have you heard about this? He's been going.
I'm learning as you're telling me.
He's been making it around for 4 or 5 years. I don't know about his claim to the throne, but when he's talking about Brexit and England and the EU and how EU has trying to take over England or the UK as far as land ownership and stuff like that.
Do you think it has anything to do with the fact that we have now officially left Europe, so they kind of still want a bit of a hold and a say within the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, and so therefore they're trying to just get in a bit in that fashion? What do you think in that way?
You mean tell me that no, they're making contracts. They have been making contracts like that, selling out the UK. I mean, I'm very happy for England that they're getting out of England, but I think
getting out of the European Union. You mean, yeah?
Yeah, the European Union. Sorry,
could you just hold your glass up, please, there, Jimmy? Just hold the glass up, just a second. Sorry, everyone. Jimmy, glass up. Let's have a look. Yeah, no, okay. That's all right. I'll just double check in there because we've got to stay focused here, right?
The alcohol talking. No, it's not. It's not. My mouth might be moving right, but I know what I'm talking about. So you haven't heard about that, huh?
No, not.
When is Britain officially out of the EU, the European Union?
Where are we now?
December? Is it December this year?
Yeah, I believe it's the end of this year officially. Yeah.
Good for you.
They've been working on it behind the scenes. It has been complicated with COVID. Again, everything in life and our former normal existence. But I have to, just on that topic, just as briefly, maybe we'll come back to it. But the COVID situation, certainly in the last week, I mean, the lockdown ended ages ago, but more and more, I'm just seeing people now going around their lives almost like there is no pandemic. In fact,
is there a pandemic? Is there a pandemic? I mean, I understand in the beginning we were a little bit worried. We don't know. It's a new thing. But really, what it boils down to, it's just like it's in between the influenza and a cold. It's between the flu and the cold.
I think you're right. I mean, listen, I was on a bus yesterday, particularly on the bus, it was noticeable. Everyone wearing masks, including myself. I broadcast from there, I told you, and people watching this saw it. And that was fine. I mean, in certain countries, you'd wear a mask anyway, maybe because the person next to you stinks. Not quite, but...
How many people are dying? Let's see. I think that the numbers are dying are a lot less than the influenza.
However small in that time frame that we've had since this virus took hold, however small the difference is, now I would suggest that certain life forms, however small, are now becoming themselves immune to the virus. It could be some little whatever, what I'm saying, like some cell matter, in the water, wherever. So gradually, look, it did what it needed to do. First of all, it's a bit like a hungry lion, isn't it? You've got a room of 100 people. The lion is just going to go for each and every one person, say, but get one, another one, and then there's a few more lions that need feeding. So you've got 100 people. They're now, savaged, like, and mauled to death 5 people, and then they're not so hungry now. So instead of 5 people going in the space of 1 hour, there might be the 6th person might be, their next meal, and they don't need to eat as much.
Okay, well,
so
let's go.
You hear
Let's
what
go.
I'm saying? So the
I
same
hear
with
what
the
you're
virus,
saying.
right? So the virus now, it started with, even with our existence and our lifestyle, we're starting to kind of have a bit more stability and certainty. We've got a long way to go before certainty is around as we used to know it. But it's all about being sensible and careful, as we were saying. So
Absolutely.
now, I mean, there are a lot of people still not wearing masks where they should be in public areas. It says a lot to me about those people. They're the type of people that they just don't. It's very selfish, in my opinion, and that's I'd say they don't even need to say anything for you to see their actions and what they care about, who they care about.
They're making it political. There's a certain point where we're unsure of exactly what it is. So there should be, it's manners.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about protecting yourself. It's about so you don't spread. Okay, but I mean, hey, I'm wearing a mask when I go out. No, when I enter a store. I have enough masks and alcohol to open a store. I'm prepared.
Right.
I'm prepared up the yin yang. I got too much. I'm
well,
too
I bought a
prepared.
pack of masks. Okay, and
I got hundreds of masks. I got hundreds of masks.
As I speak now, we're in fall, autumn, winter's on its way, so I'm going to be wearing my jacket even more when I go out. So I've put a mask in the pocket there, and that means if I forget to pick one up, I've got it with me if I need it. Yeah, and it's it's a bit like the headphones actually. For my cell phone, mobile phone, I've got more than one pair of headphones.
Well, for my winter mask, I got a completely different mask for my winter mask.
Oh, yeah, look at that. Mask. Right. Yes. Oh, fumbling around there. That's different. That's more like the Lion King. Now we've lost the sound from Jimmy for a moment. He'll be back. There we go.
I'm hearing you. This is my winter mask.
Yeah, it does look like the Lion King. That sort of.
No, it's the Tiger King. What are you talking about?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Lion, the Witch in the Wardrobe, the Tiger, the Witch.
No, the Lion, not the Tiger, the Witch in the Wardrobe.
Well, in this case, with your mask, it would be the Lion, the Wizard, and the Closet.
Okay, so I'm looking at this the world meters, the coronavirus.
Okay. Yeah. It's all up there. Certainly, whether you go to your search engines or specific websites. All the
at this moment, I don't know, but I'm very iffy about. I'm very. It's very fishy. The death rate is very fishy, especially in America. They're listing people that didn't die from coronavirus as corona. I think they must be getting subsidies.
Big news story this week. Yes, it was announced that the figures have been readjusted now for people that didn't pass away from coronavirus.
And it's negligible.
But it wasn't. It was just done subtly and behind the scenes, right? So yeah,
absolutely. Yeah. Because they don't want to change the narrative. You're going to get a vaccine.
We're already confused here, though, because we've got
no, thank you.
Because of devolution locally, we have rules coming out of Westminster in London and Parliament there, and the politicians. You have Scotland, part of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. They have different rules, somewhat to do with coronavirus and what you can and can't do at the moment. Wales as well, and suddenly now, I think it was the Transport Secretary this week. He came out along and said, I say this week, I think it was yesterday, he, as the news put it, he admitted that there's been confusion because there are different stories coming out for the different nations, Scotland, Wales, England, and it needs to have a bit more consistency. I mean, that's the same. Listen, I go back to the beginning of this discussion when it all started, and I've always said, it's crazy. If you're born in the United States of America, okay, then you can't drink until you're 21 legally, officially. In England,
But you can kill yourself at
18.
war
Right, there's all that.
at
But the point
18.
is, on the same, yeah, absolutely. That's another discussion, those differences. But the point is, literally the same thing, and you can't do it at the same age. Now, is that because people in North America are more stupid than Brits? Of course, it isn't. Okay. It's
There's
because,
state law. That's not true because it's state law in America. Depending on which state you're in, it changes.
okay, fine. So we've got the one
Yeah,
state law here in England, but the point is, it's a
yeah.
different age. It's the same as, the age for sexual consent. If you go to Netherlands, it's different to the UK or France, Japan, wherever, again, no one really questions this in general. The average person doesn't ever really question this.
If you're drinking at home, you should be able to drink at 14 for all I care. If you're with your parents, you're on New Year's, you're having your parents are opening a bottle of champagne for New Year's. Guess what? You should get a glass.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's a bit different. Of course, family occasions within the four walls of your home and that sort of thing. Then, yeah, we do certain things that maybe you shouldn't do otherwise.
No. There isn't no. You shouldn't do otherwise. It's just a ridiculous law.
Yeah, but for example, so I've known of children maybe 11 years old driving their parents' car because they're fortunate enough to have private land, maybe on a farm.
Exactly. Well, at a farm, and it's necessary for an 11-year-old child to learn how to drive a tractor.
But of course, they can't do it on the public road. However, they probably, by the time they come of age that they can drive, they're probably far more experienced than you or I were at that age, and yet they can't do it until they pass their examination.
I'm against all laws.
Really? Every single law? Really?
Yeah. I mean, I think some of them have some meaning. Yeah. But as for that have to be a law, no, I don't. I disagree with that. Unless I think the only law there should be is that you cannot hurt anybody.
It's a good one. It's a good one
That's
to identify right now. Absolutely.
You cannot kill somebody. You cannot hurt somebody. Well, hurt is kill.
One of the most important things is do what you like, but don't inflict it on someone else.
Don't impose on others. Then it's fine. I don't care what you do, and let me do what I want to do.
There you go. That's one of the more fun. It's a bit like when people say racism. The actual quote really is being prejudiced, isn't it? Because it's not just.
Yeah, it's not racism. It's ridiculous. They're making a big deal about racism. It's not about racism. It's about prejudice.
Sure. But bringing it back on track, the fact is that the driving thing, the laws and all that. Yeah, it's all about, as you were just saying a second ago, that you shouldn't harm other people or do something to someone else that they don't agree with.
Common courtesy.
Yeah, well, there you are, being mindful. Yeah, definitely, particularly at this time. I read a quote. It just came to mind while I was saying that. Don't know why. Well, I do know why. You see the tenuous link, if nothing else. I read something this week. It was in a world where you can be anything, be kind. Just want to remind. It was a brilliant.
Beautiful.
It was.
Who was it? Who was it?
It was a picture on either social media.
Oh, it's one of those inspirational memes, huh?
Well, it was, as I say, it was on a T-shirt, and I think, it was very, very. This is it. Often, I mean, such few words, and you've said something very profound, and one of the sort of, I don't know, basic 11 rules of life, really. Yeah. Hey, you know what? We were supposed to be talking about websites, talking of social media and that sort of thing. You've actually kind of upped your game in a small way in the last 7 days, right?
Yes, Martin. You helped me. You have partly forced me, sign up for a website name.
What did we just say? we don't want people doing anything. And excuse me, I may have advised you. Very important. Never again. I give advice on here. I will to you as a friend.
And it's great advice.
Business, and
great advice.
Anyone
great
wants
advice.
an opinion, advice, and then
hold on. So now I got a website. What is it? What is my website? JimmyHeaven.com. Now, it's a website name. It's a domain name. It's not a website. It's JimmyHeaven.com. But if you type in JimmyHeaven.com, it's going to just take you to my Facebook page.
Oh, you mean it doesn't say page under construction or coming soon?
Absolutely. So this is the trick, and
Oh,
doesn't mean that you should fucking was it
smart of
send me
you.
a friend request, because I might not accept you anyway if I don't know who
That
you
was
are.
very smart of you, Jimmy. So you thought rather than buying a domain name and then parking it there, suddenly you thought, I'm going to make it so that when someone types in my name, until I have a web page or a website, that will take them to somewhere where you are online and you do have a presence already, which is one of your social media channels,
And
which is
this is the moment where I praise Martin for suggesting that I do that.
thank you. Yeah, yeah. And of course, the other thing that it came with, the other functionality was a personalized email address. Yeah.
Absolutely. A
Right. So
personalized
people now
image, right? Yeah.
people can write to whatever it was that you set up. So you know at jimmyheaven.com. And that's good, because the reason that is great, it's like a 1-800 telephone number, a free phone telephone number in the United States. It's a various numbers obviously around the planet in your city and your country, but there is a toll-free number that you can call. And of course, that doesn't exist as a telephone line physically. What it does do is the person already has their telephone number, or if they have a new one they've ordered, but the free number gets routed just like you would landline call to your mobile cell phone. You can do now, and you just route it accordingly. And the great thing about having this new email address is that, for example, if it was info@jimmyheaven.com, then it might actually end up at a Hotmail account, if we remember them in those days, right? But then suddenly, when you start getting a lot of spam sent to your Hotmail account directly, you know, if your name was jimmyheaven@hotmail.com, all right, and suddenly loads of people are writing directly there, and you get loads of spam, you think to yourself, I don't want this no more, and you try blocking it and it's still coming in. You can then change your email provider. Maybe it's outlook.com now, for example, but you don't need to tell people that you're changing your email. You just reroute your settings effectively. So without getting too techie there, it was a great move that you certainly did there, in my opinion. That's for sure.
Well, I'm actually thinking about setting up a website now,
Yes, of
which
course.
I'm thinking about what did you say here? What will be your main content be?
Yeah, on your website, I guess.
Well, I
What
don't
should,
know. What should I do? Should I maybe nude pictures of myself? I mean, what should I do?
Jimmy, you
I
want
haven't
to
got a clue right
encourage
now.
you want to encourage people to go to your website. Don't you? Okay, so when they go to Google Images and it's taking a snapshot, really, you know, maybe some, you can do what you
No,
like.
well, here's the deal. Okay, so eventually I'm gonna need a real website. So
Okay.
my question is, what can you do for me, Martin?
Mm, I'm going to say anything, anything, anything that you would need. I could probably do at Sunshine Productions, because, I mean, again, you got the domain name sorted out. Even though a lot of people, that's another thing. Let me just say, a lot of people, they're not intending on starting their own business or company or store, but you should all have your own domain name. Just to clarify, you know, you can buy, depending on whether it's .com, .org, .net, .fr if you live in France, .co.jp for Japan. They're all different prices, and there are some now. You can have .cafe, .restaurant. So if you've got a if your restaurant is called, you know, vegetarian food, then you can have vegetarian food .restaurant instead of what's probably already gone, vegetarianfood.com. And they're all different price structures, but .com is still around about $10 a year, something like that, depending on where you buy it from. But you shouldn't be paying much more than that. And for the first year as well, you can get a discount in a lot of places too. They do. That's the good point. Again, I always slip up to this day, but I do remember always to correct myself. You don't buy domain names; you rent them. No, most companies will not tell you that. You buy, you know, what you buy is only for 12 months up to 10 times that. You cannot rent a domain name for longer than 10 years at the moment.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's right. Because let's face it, if you are an individial and then for whatever,
Not like
however,
Hong Kong, huh? Where they rented it for 100 years.
well, I don't know about that. No, absolutely not.
No,
So
the UK, no, the UK, the
yeah,
UK leased
yeah,
the Hong Kong for 100 years.
Well, oh yes, not 100 years further. No, right, good. Anyway, no, that as I say, that's just one of the ways, because it. Can you imagine? They should do that in a way. I think you should have an obligatory self check on all your social media, all those companies out there, because one day Martin Shine will no longer be on planet Earth, and there might be another person with such a name. Oh, they'll be blessed. And so the channel is no more. It's not relevant to me anymore. Okay, you may want to say leave it up there for 5 years beyond, but no one can get into that account anymore. We've seen it as well, sadly, when certain people pass away. Let's say someone famous. You go
Hold
to
on
their
a
social
second.
media,
Yeah,
it's still up there.
now I have to I have to disagree with you. So let's say, was it so Ludwig van Beethoven wants to have his website,
Right.
but he's dead
Well, Elvis,
already.
Presley, yeah, right, yeah. Apparently Elvis is dead. Michael Jackson, debatable. But I see what you're saying. Well, then it's up to the estate and the people. This is where it comes. This is it. You see, now you're talking business. Really, it's up to the estate then and the business to replenish all that, to renew all that. Yeah, and I think that's a sensible way to work. Again, otherwise for individuals that are on social media that have claimed a name, domain name, or the social media extension, it's only fair that in years to come, if no one expresses an interest, then it should be released and put back into the pool of available domain names, or well, as I say, domain names, it does happen with maximum you've got to wait is 10 years if someone's reserved it for that long. But yeah, anyway, we slightly
Well,
digress.
they have the ability to renew it, don't they? Aren't they the first in line to renew it?
Yeah. Once your name is coming up for renewal, yes, you're given the option to renew it or not. Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, but as I say, buy it for 1 year at least and start slowly as you're doing. You asked how I can help you. E-commerce, you want to start selling online. Again, a lot of people are, oh, I haven't got time for that. A great example, great excuse people give me. You go to a thrift store, a secondhand store, yeah, junk store, charity shop. They're like, oh, I can't put that online because, I put it online, whatever it is, it's not a calculator, it's a card reader, whatever. I put it online, and once someone's bought that, whatever it happens to be, then I've got the work of taking it offline, putting something else online, because these products are unique, yeah, one-offs. Okay, whether it's because it's in the condition it is, because it might be a CD and they might have two, but one's a bit scratched, the other one is. But that's where video comes in. All right, you start up your video and you start selling like QVC. This is a great one. This is what we offer on one of my platforms, starting to now, for businesses that want to have more sales online, and you can sell it to people, and people are watching now. And if they donate immediately to your PayPal account, for example, as soon as you receive, and you can
Well,
see.
should I give him my PayPal account? Should I give him my PayPal account to start donating?
Absolutely. If you want to put it online right now, come on, let's do it. Let's see what's going to happen. Because Jimmy does want some donations, please, for his next bottle of alcohol. Because I tell you,
Absolutely.
it's definitely denting.
This stuff is not cheap.
No, it's definitely something. Sooner rather than later, you would definitely appreciate some support with the shekels and the yen. No, definitely euros, US dollars, pound sterling.
Well, first of all, I have to select before I can even tell you what the name of my.
He's looking already.
I have to verify myself, and I have to select all the images of chimneys.
What you could do, of course, Jimmy, is you can set up like it's like one of those wedding gift lists, but it's an Amazon wish list now, isn't it? See, they've thought about everything. This is really frustrating for me when I talk with businesses. They're still complaining. Oh, my business in the high street, the store is so quiet at the moment. Partly because of COVID, partly because they're so slow and behind anyway with the products they're selling, getting them online because someone else is. Listen, what doesn't Amazon or other websites such as eBay or ESTY.com and not on the high street.com, what don't they sell? They sell everything, right? So you've got to be there if you want to be part of that party, part of that making money, making your business a success. But Jimmy, again, a lot of people say though, oh, I haven't got time to do it. You can start just posting things on the The platforms are already there. Ideally, you want to sell directly from your website. That's my advice. All right. But obviously, to start with, you've got no traffic there. So you do everything. You put your products on your website. You put a note on your website and say, not everything's available here. A lot of it's only on Amazon or wherever you happen to sell it. And you just start. There's no excuses. Anything people give you as a reason, it is an excuse now. So there's no reasonable reasons anymore. Rational reasons not to be online, and start slowly.
Well,
I tell you this now.
It's necessary.
I've got a lot going on here right now. That's my reason, excuse, whatever. But that's what I'm telling you. But we've all got a lot going on. My point: I still haven't put our services on one of the auction sites yet, and I'm going to do that because there'll be certain services. Why can't you sell? You put it on there at the minimum you're prepared to accept for that service. It might be putting a web page up for someone and buying the domain name for them, offering that as a service, because the person, for whatever reason, doesn't want to do it themselves or feels that they can't. Well, we'll guide them through, but otherwise we will, why can't we offer it on an auction site? And it's a buy it now. You get that all the time, no? With products.
Absolutely. I would love to.
Are you still chimneying? You're still verifying yourself with
No,
pictures.
I'm trying to figure out if I have no idea how to receive money on PayPal.
Really? Well,
like, aren't you supposed to give them some kind of name or number or something like that?
The best thing to do if you want an instant payment from someone, just because you're appealing and want donations, is PayPal me. PayPal.me, and you link it up to your PayPal account. And it's great because you can customize the URL, and also you can you can do everything for everyone, including the amount. You can fix the amount. You can we'll have to go into this at some point. These are sort of indirect questions that you're already raising here.
So tell me how do you do that?
Well, I think you've got your PayPal account. So if you want to receive money at your PayPal account, you know what your URL is, don't you, for PayPal?
Yeah. Here we go. Yeah? How do I manage my PayPal.me link?
There you go.
That it?
Yeah, it is. But you've got to choose one first. Once you choose it, you can't change it. But also, you've got to know how you can empty money that's then been paid to PayPal into your bank account so you can withdraw the money yourself. Don't forget, PayPal do take a small percentage as well of the money that comes in. I think it's just under 4%, I think, still these days. There's a lot to learn. But as I say, one step at a time. And I didn't expect us to be doing it now while we were live on ShineCast. But there you go. Jimmy's checking out his dual screens and.
Yeah, I think you should teach me how to do this. Right. How am I going to do this? How am I going to do this?
I don't do that every day, like enough to remember. And I'm not going to log into, particularly because of the internet connectivity. It seems to be just fine at the moment. But if we start playing with too many windows here, but we didn't plan on doing this, so we can certainly backtrack at a later time and show people how we did it.
Absolutely, I think we should do that.
Yeah, good. Yeah. Okay, well, then you can report back and say it was just as good as your experience. How long did it take us to set up your domain name once you from the moment you just
10 minutes, 10 minutes, maybe 10 minutes.
Not 11.
Possibly 11, but it was probably about 10 minutes. Yeah. I think that's a great idea. I mean, I'm
and let's be totally transparent, because that's what we want to be here, because there's so many people that aren't. It didn't go right first time. We set up the web page, but the email wasn't working. All right. And that was simply because I hadn't used this website where Jimmy purchased the domain name from for a while. And there was something I'd forgotten to tell Jimmy to set up. And once it was set up, it worked, well, almost perfectly, 99%. But there was something, it's bizarre, but Jimmy can't send himself emails at the moment for some, not that you really need to. But overall, it was a big success for the few minutes.
Success.
And as I say, the cost was only around about, it was maximum $11 US, I think, something like that. For the first year.
From name silent. Wait, let me see where I was. What was that? Okay, let's see.
Well, wherever you were. But it wasn't far off that, was it?
No, it's no more than $10. I think. I doubt it was more than $10.
Yeah. Jimmy, it's already, look at, I can't believe it. We'll forget to remind people as well. It's already the weekend where you are. It's Saturday. When does your weekend begin, Jimmy? I mean, for Jimmy, not in Japan, but because it's, when does the
Well,
weekend?
usually I work on Saturday mornings, but I'm not working tomorrow, so my weekend will begin well, this is my weekend. I'm enjoying myself here. I enjoy myself every week while we're doing this. So
You
this
see,
is where my weekend begins. Unfortunately, Saturday morning I have a few hours of lessons, sometime 2-3 hours of lessons, but
but that is your
not
weekend. No,
tomorrow.
yeah, I didn't necessarily mean rest because I realize that the word weekend for a lot of people means time off work.
I don't drink as much. It looks like I'm drinking all the time, but here's the thing. I
This is
only
your
drink
time.
on Friday. This is my time where I'm drinking. So I spend the whole night. I spend the whole week not drinking.
Can I clarify that I don't always not drink?
You're always, in fact, you're always drinking. It's just you happen to be not drinking when we're doing the show.
There we go. Oh, boom. Yeah. I prefer to drink when I'm out. I have in the last handful of months.
This is out, Martin. This is the new out. We're out. We're
Yeah.
having a ball. This is the
Yeah.
new out.
Well, I have been in the last few weeks. I've been to a pub a couple of times.
I'm hoping you're wearing a mask.
Well, and drinking at the same time through a straw.
No, through the mask.
Actually, that's you're right, because of course you get drunk quicker if you drink through a straw with the old champagne, right? So there
Yeah,
you go.
exactly.
Yeah. Wow. It obviously costs less. Hey, why don't people buy a glass of champagne and put 10 straws in it for the whole? There you go. Problem solved. Eh? That's a 10.
And we can share it.
Yeah, much more affordable. But yeah. As I say, I mean, I drink. I've started to drink back at home when I'm working on a Friday. I do discipline myself. It's evening times is for drink. For me. Otherwise, if you do it all the time anyway, that's it. You obviously, yes, heaven forbid you become
You're an
alcoholic.
alcoholic then.
It's then not. It's not special anymore. It's not. It's just your norm. That's why we don't drink all the time. It's I hope for a lot of people. But as I say, I've started drinking a bit more here, and a couple of pours out the glass of wine. I do like the red wine that I buy at the moment. I have to show people at some point what I'm drinking, and we'll do that over the weeks, I'm sure.
What kind of wine? Red wine. Red wine is a very
it's a dessert wine. It's dessert, so it's very sweet.
Oh, you like the sweet wine?
Oh, I like sweet anything.
Like sherry? What are you talking about? Was
it
a port wine? You let you into a port wine?
Actually, port. Colburn's.
I love port wine. I can't get port wine here.
What about Harvey's Bristol Cream in a blue bottle? It's a sherry, all right, and it's I could drink a half a bottle of that easily if I don't discipline myself on an evening. But it's high percentage.
Harvey's Crystal Cream.
Bristol. Harvey's Bristol.
Bristol.
Harvey. It's a blue bottle and it's Bristol blue. The bottles used to be blown and made at the glass factories in the west of England.
I had no idea there was a thing called Bristol Blue.
Yeah, they sell it in a 750 milliliter or a liter bottle, and it's very sweet. And as I say, and in fact, while I'm on that subject, a little known thing, I found an excellent bar in Los Angeles while I was there. And it just tastes so much better there, drinking Harvey's Bristol Cream in this particular bar, Jones Bar over there.
Yes, yes, we've been there.
Santa Monica Boulevard, yeah. And just sitting there, drinking that, it's kind of reminiscing of, time back at home when you're not at home, and I refer to home in this instance as London and the UK. And on the rocks, it's great there. Definitely my tipple there. But a lot of people would say, oh, that's a drink for women, bit like cocktails, but come on.
You're into sweet wines. I'm into, that's like a German, was it a white wine? German white wines?
German white wine is okay, yeah. I don't mind any white wine, but again, I like a bit of a sweet wine. Was it the old Prosecco? I know a lot of people are into that over here these days. And what's the other one? Can't think off the top of my head right now. But yeah, White wine is generally my preference, unless it's a dessert sweet wine. And then, I mean, I will have red wine with meat, you know, out at a restaurant when you can do so these days. And yeah, and yourself?
No, I drink wine. I actually had some Cabernet earlier with some cheese and a little bit earlier.
Yeah,
For night, right now, I'm going to say we are going with
yeah.
Courvoisier cognac.
No, absolutely.
So
And you mentioned cheese. Yeah, good bit of cheese with wine, definitely. I don't do that enough. You know, blocks of little squares and cubes of cheese, and pineapple as well used to be the cheese and pineapple and ham.
cheese and pineapple
Yeah,
and
yeah, on
ham.
a stick. Yeah, on a cocktail stick. That used to be the thing. No, you know, yeah. So
You do like ladies' drinks. These
no,
are
no,
these are.
that's a very British thing from a long time.
This is a
People used to
British
have cheese
thing.
and wine parties
This
and
is a British ladies thing.
okay, yeah, yeah, fine. A British ladies thing, and it used to be very much so. If you indeed, and listen, if you go all the way, you have the half a pineapple, cut it, you know, stick it down on a plate, and then you put the cheese and the bits of pineapple and maybe ham, and then you put it all onto the cocktail stick
Ham.
and put it into the pineapple for presentation purposes, and then people would, you know, yeah, take them off.
It's pretty, you know, the pineapple and ham. You know, pizza, the Hawaiian pizza.
Hawaiian pizza. Do you know what? For a
A
long
lot
time,
of people don't like it. A lot of people don't like
I
it.
would
And you know
never
what?
eat meat on a pizza for a long
Let me
time. To me, when
eat meat.
I would never eat meat on a pizza because to me, when I was first introduced to pizza, it was all vegetables, vegetarian pizza, peppers, green red pepper, and mushroom, olive. I love
Okay, that's good too. That's great too. But you
and
wouldn't eat meat on a pizza? Wow,
so
pepperoni.
I just, I'm not too keen on pepperoni in general anyway, but I wouldn't have meat on a pizza. All right. The Hawaiian, a friend of mine always used to have a Hawaiian, and if we had one and shared it, so I'd be picking off the meat and either he'd have it or not. And I love the pineapple on the pizza, strangely. But anyway, the
It really
first time I
works.
tried meat pizza, I was in, again, California. It was in Manhattan Beach. You know that place. Great.
Did you have Manhattan pizza? Because New York
I
pizza is
went
the best.
I went to Manhattan Beach, and I'm just trying to remember. I think it was called Manhattan Pizzeria. All right, and it was
Okay.
on Pier. Is it called Pier Avenue, leading down to the pier there? And it was incredible. I never looked back. I said, I'm going to try a barbecue chicken on a pizza, barbecue chicken pizza. I can't remember exactly because since then I've had lots of them. But I know at the time I told myself, this is awesome. You know, and as I say, I love barbecue chicken pizza now. Hawaiian's okay. Or I say, yeah, it's
A
different.
lot of people don't like it, and in
I know.
fact, when I'm into the classic. Well, the classic for me is pepperoni, and also the margarita with nothing on it, just cheese and tomato.
Mm.
So it took me a while to like even try a Hawaiian
Mhm.
pizza, the pineapple and the ham, but it actually goes very well together.
Mm. Yeah.
Strangely enough.
There's a lot of things that go well together, and people are like, "Are you serious? You put that on your food?" And I mean, yeah, just
Yeah.
uh, yeah. Wait, what I'm just trying to think. Oh, of course. I mean, you do have fried Mars bars. We're talking Chinese food now. Have you heard? I think they started selling them in. Oh, Scotland is big for that.
No,
Scotland
I
is
think
big
that
for
was
that.
I think it's a Texas thing. Oh no, it was the deep fried
Wow.
Twinkies. I think it
Oh,
was.
well, yeah, similar thing. But we started at some point, I remember we could get them in a particular handful of Chinese restaurants that yeah, I know of. And but definitely, I mean, that's something I'm like, really? Because again, from a health perspective, do you need to really uh,
Yeah, from a health
sacrifice
perspective,
what they do?
we shouldn't even be alive.
Well, taking everything into account and the way all that plastic's in the water right now, yeah, you're not wrong there. Listen, Jimmy, I'm very conscious of the time.
Yeah, sure.
It's tomorrow for you. Uh,
It's been tomorrow for about an hour.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just remind. Yeah,
I've
you
been
don't.
here for an hour already.
Yeah, just over an hour, and before we know it, it'll be yeah.
Yeah, well, if we talk too much now, we'll run out of things to talk about next week anyway.
We're never going to run out of anything to talk about. So, and if we do, look, the people watching right now, guys and girls, is there any comments you'd like to add here before we start winding up and saying au revoir for another week?
Hello, Patty. Hello, Brenda.
Oh, really? Yeah, there you go. Yeah, of course, of course. I don't know why, but for some reason I wasn't. Oh, I think I do know why actually. I've just learned something. Why I didn't get an alert to say that there was comments here. just waiting to be displayed for other people to see. So thank you for that indirect prompt there, Jimmy. So yeah, Brenda sounds nice. Well, I'm glad the audio is good today. Excellent. Oh, there you go. Patty says hi. Hope it's all going well for you there, Patty, in the state of Wisconsin.
Oh yes, big deal,
And of course,
Kenosha.
yeah, Kenosha, and President Trump visited this week.
Yeah.
Apparently, I don't know, what's going on there right now. I think things have died down somewhat. They couldn't get any worse. It was pretty horrendous with the unrest there.
What is it? Is Wisconsin a blue state or what? No.
I think it is Wisconsin.
Are you serious?
What? Who's that to? Brenda saying hi, been busy and listening. Yeah, I agree, Jimmy. Brenda says hi, been busy but listening. Are you serious? No, but yes, I think that's the great thing about these chats. You don't have to watch, and you can be working at the same time as well. Jimmy and I have a chat, and while you join in as well, don't forget that people, you can join in as people have just been doing. Yeah, so Jimmy's double checking, I think, what color the state is when it comes to politics. Yeah, is it Republican or Democrat? I think it's Democrat.
Yeah, I always expect a place like that would be Republican, but
you double checking there, Jimmy. Triple checking.
I'm checking. I'm a little bit ignorant here, so.
Okay. Well, we don't all know everything, and yeah, it changes as well.
Oh, this is well. They start as a Democrat, but let's see. We are currently. Let's see.
I'm surprised Patty hasn't come back to us yet to confirm what the situation is there. But
I'm very serious.
She is, Brenda.
She's very serious.
Yeah. After you just mentioned, you had an exclamation there.
Oh, they looks like they're very Democrat. I'm so blown away by people who are Democrat. I shouldn't say that, but yeah. I mean, this is the party of the Ku Klux Klan. Well, how could you be a Democrat? I don't understand that. And and it's amazing because I mean, we shouldn't get so political, but they've got so much of the black support of these Democrats, but these are the people that have been oppressing them for the whole time, and then they for some reason they've got them tricked into that the Democratic Party is for them. Very strange.
I feel a big full stop period about to happen here.
Yes.
And a new paragraph starting for another topic and broadcasts.
You know what? I think the problem is that I think you have to write the titles as we're doing the show.
Or the great thing is we can amend on Facebook and YouTube, and in due course in the future I will be doing that, adding anything that we spoke about sort of just on impulse and wasn't planned. I will certainly include that in the title. You have to, you should. Periscope isn't really sort of, well, it's a different thing, Periscope, but you can't update titles, and it's like on Twitter, you can't edit your tweet once it's gone out, which is a good thing, because you know what will happen is you'll say something, everyone will comment and say, how dare you say that, yada yada yada. Instead of you deleting the tweet and everything going, you'll amend it, and then it won't make sense when someone reads it later. You'll be saying something different and than you originally said, and people will be like, are these other people crazy, not you. You know, listen, I'm going to call it a day here. It's Saturday where you are. It's Friday where I am. And it's probably Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday for anyone watching, or a Sunday, because you could be watching anytime.
It can be any day you want. That's the beauty of
of
the beauty of today. You can watch it anytime you want.
Exactly. Thank you for watching, people, live. Thank you for those that have caught up here on the replay, and don't forget to follow, like, share, because there's going to be some great stuff coming up here, more great stuff on ShineCast and on my own other social media channels, both personal and business ones, that over the weeks and months, as I always say, we're going to be having a blast and a great time. Did I say anything about a road trip? I'm not going to say anything.
Oh yeah, well, you're not going to mention that. I want to know if this is still going to be okay while you're doing you're going to do it on the road trip. We're going to do it on the road.
Okay, Jimmy. Yeah, absolutely.
Why don't we do it? Why don't we do it in the road?
It'll be strange me hosting.
You get the joke? Didn't you get
No,
the
no,
joke?
oh, no, yeah, no, I do. We will be though. It'll be strange me guesting and hosting. I'll be on both sides of the screen. I'll be, well, yeah, it'll be good. But we will be doing that. Yes, we've got a lot happening over the coming weeks and months, certainly as we speed towards the festive season. And it's going to be a good one, despite what's going on at the moment, again, to do with the pandemic, etc., etc. I would strongly advise people, again, I'll keep this very brief, but now you should be thinking about the end of the year already, and making small plans towards
Absolutely. Make sure
how
you
you're
get your
going.
Christmas masks. They're Christmas masks.
Christmas, Hanukkah, Diwali, all those sort of things. And of course, Halloween first. Okay, that's the
Oh,
next
a
big thing.
Halloween
Halloween.
masks.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Anyway, so that's definitely. And Patty is blushing and smiling. Good for you. You didn't qualify, Patty. Maybe you don't know. And of course, you can let us know if you aren't sure yourself whether the state of Wisconsin is Democrat or Republic. Yeah.
It's
Yes,
both.
Halloween.
It's
Oh,
all
it's a
over the place.
Halloween state. No, she didn't mean that. But yeah, Halloween next. Yeah, I'm going to
Yes,
miss not
Halloween.
being in the United States for Halloween, because they do it superb over there. When I was in Chicago a couple of years ago, I loved looking at all the houses and abodes there. I've got some pictures. I don't know if I can dig them out at some point, but absolutely brilliant is Halloween over there. Thank you for joining me, everyone. Until next time, Jimmy, I'm going to say thank you for
Are we
joining
dressing up for Halloween?
I think people need to check out closer to the time.
I
Yeah.
hope they have it this year. They have what? You mean
Halloween's going to
Halloween?
happen. Oh, it's going to happen. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, come on, you can trick or treat, with your relatives and your close family and friends in your bubble, and you go to the door and make sure you step back.
So what?
You know,
So what does that mean that you're going to be dressed up for Halloween? Well, it's 31st, but with 30, the 30th is a Friday. 31st is Saturday.
right?
Does that mean Martin's going to dress up for Halloween?
Martin never dresses up. But on this occasion, I think something. So we'll at least have we'll have a Halloween feel, definitely. Yeah, I'll be doing something. Do you know what? You've just reminded me as well. There's something I cooked many years ago, and I keep meaning to do it again. I've got to dig out the
Okay.
recipe. Halloween cauldrons, they're called, and basically they're big tomatoes, cooking tomatoes, and you scoop out the innards, the inside, and you mix it up with some onion, and you season that and cook it a bit, put it back into the case sort of thing. And we've got these, they're like potato chips, they call them in the US, of course. Here, crisps. They're called twiglets, okay? But they're kind of very rich. They're not even. They're very uneven. They're like long sticks, but they look like they could be, and they're used in this instance as the base of the cauldron of the tomato. You sit it on there, so it looks like a cauldron on the fire, on the wooden, the sticks of a fire. And it's a Halloween thing. It's like a starter that you'd have, and it's fun at the end of the day. So maybe I'll make some of those, or at least, we'll see. I don't know. Yeah, and I'll let everyone else here taste a bit as well. Maybe you can win. You can win one.
I really wonder what Halloween is going to be like this year. I mean,
Good.
really.
It's going to
I
be
mean,
good.
everybody is for sure going to be wearing masks.
And the thing is, as well, I do understand that parents, if their children are going tricking and treating, then obviously you're going to be a bit more careful when a stranger does give you a treat, whether it's some candy and some sweets, because you want to make sure. The worst thing, if so long as it's sealed, it's in a packaging and it's sealed. The worst thing at the moment, as far as I can tell, there are people who are going out there washing their shopping at the moment. So if they go and buy a carton of juice, right, they are wiping it down sensibly, particularly elderly people and the vulnerable. That's great. But the other things as well, they say that the virus can't exist on a surface for more than 72 hours. So again, you can always just leave it aside for 72 hours. You can do both. You can wipe it, and if you're going to get a bit paranoid about this. I mean, I like to be very clean myself with things in general, but at this stage, I'm like, you can only go do so much, before you start driving yourself crazy. Do I have to wear gloves when handing the candy out? Exactly. That's exactly what I was just saying there, says Patty. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes,
You're
you
going
are.
backward. The comments. It's like you're.
I am going backwards with the comments. Yeah, but they are. It's not like they're meaningless or making
It's
no
like
sense.
you're in control. This is how the media is controlled.
I
Just
don't
you
have
can
a
just
producer at the moment. I mean,
you are just sticking out comments that have no bearing on what we're talking about.
it does.
Oh no, yes, he will dress up. Yes,
Yes.
Martin's going to
Jimmy,
dress up.
could you hold your glass up, please? I'm sorry. Sorry about this. Jimmy, glass,
Yes,
please.
we are
It
drinking
sounds interesting
Cavassier
earlier on, but
today. That's the liquor for today.
right. Yeah, you see. So just making sure. Okay, the glass is steadily going down. Not
Okay,
as
I want to mention, if nobody knows what this thing behind me is.
a green screen, Jimmy. It's definitely
The
a green
green screen.
screen.
It's green screen. It's not my house. It's not my house. But this is a Chateau del Malmaison. This is Josephine Bonaparte's house. And this is a picture I took when I was there. I'm a big Napoleon fan. Um,
As we
I'm a
learned
big
last week.
I'm a big Napoleon fan. Yeah.
Oh,
So
I'm going to have to do one of
absolutely.
these outside broadcasts, one of the first ones from Trafalgar Square in London, where they have the big Nelson's column.
Okay.
Okay, because
That is not Nelson. This is
he's Napoleon.
Napoleon.
He's got a hat on, and it kind of looks like the old Admiral Nelson, you know. But yes, it is indeed. But they could be twins when you look at them together. Look at a picture online. Listen, it's lucky I did say when I said it's time to start wrapping up. I sort of indirectly, and you got what I mean, because we've already spent now another 11 minutes on here, pretty much wrapping up. I was wondering about your backdrop. Very cool, says Brenda. There you go.
Yeah.
We're going back to the comments again, but it is making sense here because they were sent pretty much at the same time there. You Martin, sorry, you make me laugh. Right. That's what we like to try and do, among other things, is inform, be a bit entertaining along the way as well, and grow our community out there. And that's been going for some time. A lot of regulars out there still yet to join us, but some of them don't know we're here on ShineCast. That's the thing. So yeah, slowly but surely they will come. Jimmy, again, as a pleasure. Yeah, one of those as always. It's been a very decent chat. A pleasure as always is what I was trying
See
to
you
say.
next week about the same time. We never get it at the right time, so.
Well, we don't need to because there is no specific time. We will be a bit more rigid on the timing in due course. We're going to have to because when we start talking to various other people, there's going to be time.
We're gonna have to do that, yeah.
Yeah, and
Well, we got to try to invite some guests. I guess anybody who wants to talk has something to say. We could do that, you know.
Well, we did that again today, but no one really. Well, people are busy working and stuff as well. I get that too, so they can't always join us live. But the more people that come on here, again, it's.
Oh, look! I'm seeing here. Wait, hold on a second. Hold on a second. I have my friend here commenting here on Facebook.
Really?
David Billups. I've known David Billups since I was a child in New Jersey. Great guy.
Commenting right now.
Yes. Well, he commented. When did he comment? 8 minutes ago. I missed
But
it.
that can't. Did you repost this then on your Facebook already? You've done.
Yes,
that,
I did. Yes, I did.
Fine.
Yeah.
Oh, so what he needs
If
to
he's
do?
still watching, hi, David.
He needs to jump on. If he clicks it, and then he can jump on. You know, if he clicks what you reposted, he would then see the actual chat of the broadcast, not just on your timeline.
Yeah. You're right. But
bye guys, cheers, have a great week. You too, Brenda, thank you very much indeed. And of course I forgot there is a delay on the comments, Patty. Yeah, apparently by 6 hours because you're behind that much time.
No. The delay in the comments, let me tell you something, Patty. The delay in the comments is because Martin is in control of the comments. He can shoot them up whenever he wants.
Yeah, but the thing again,
to suit his own agenda.
Yeah. When you are self-opping, as the technical term is, and you're doing everything yourself, including presenting and trying to make sense of it all, it's no easy task, let me tell you. Not rocket science, otherwise I wouldn't be doing it. But certainly, as I say, what we're making sure the internet is still on, working, and yeah, and then we talk about something and you need to focus on that topic. Plus, we need to keep our eyes and ears also on the comments. But yeah, it's all good. Jimmy, again, thank you very much. And by the way, just I wanted to say, nearly forgot, of course, Patty is 6 hours behind where I am at the moment. And that means that
Is she the East? She's the East Coast?
14 hours. Is that right? Yeah, she is on Central Standard Time in Wisconsin. They're not on Eastern Standard Time.
Oh,
So it's another hour
Wisconsin.
back.
That's right. That's
Yeah,
right.
same as Chicago. So I think I'm right. You know, you're 8 hours in front of me, which means, is that right? You're 8 hours ahead
8
of
hours, 8 hours, 8
UK
hours, 8
time,
hours.
and the East Coast of the United States is 5 hours behind. So where Brenda's been, that means that she is
11:17 a.m. She's written it right there.
yeah. And where I am, as this is live, it's 5:17 p.m. So for you, Jimmy, it's around about 1:17
1:17.
a.m. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. There you go. So it's almost like another existence and lifetime that you're talking from, you know,
Exactly.
from the future. Right.
From the future.
How many more times are we going to say goodbye?
It's really hard to say goodbye, isn't it? 12:17 where Brenda is.
It is when you're having fun. So thanks very much, Jimmy, as he takes his final sip there. And we are pretty much out of here. That was the wonderful Jimmy Heaven in Japan. And thank you very much.
See you next week.
Thank you.
See you next week.
There we are. We've had to cut him off effectively. You're going to have to cut myself off now, because otherwise, as Jimmy says, it's very difficult to say goodbye, particularly when we're having a great time here and learning so much as well and sharing so much fantabulous knowledge. Hopefully we covered the websites enough today. We just a little introduction. We did say we were going to in the title. We did. And if you want to know anything else between now and our next broadcast, you can always write to us, comment as well, and we will answer your questions in the next one. But if you follow, then you'll be notified next time we go live. And at the moment it's weekly, but that will change in the not too distant future as well, because things are going to be more busy here. Thanks everyone. Until next time, this has been Martin Shine on ShineCast. I'm forgetting something, which is that we, I nearly stopped the live, which I can do, but of course we're still here because we've recorded our main session, everyone. It goes out live, the recording, at the same, we don't have to, like most podcasts, they just record it and put it out there. But yeah, that was all good. That was lovely. And also one of the comments that won't be in the actual, if ever it gets distributed between the start titles and end, is this one from Patty, which is have a good night. Thanks, Patty. Thank you very much for joining us, Patty, Brenda, and your friend, was it David?
Yes.
Yeah. Don't sound so excited there, Jimmy. Thanks, David.
Well,
for
no.
watching.
I'm actually. Well, I don't know if you've seen it. What I'm doing now is I'm trying to write him a message here.
All right. Well, we're going to stop being live now, everyone. So again, those that watch this part and have been watching live, sometimes, well, and this will still be on Facebook, this bit. But as I say, there'll be places that this is distributed in the future that won't be seeing the little chats either side of the titles. All right. Let's finish that. And thank you, everyone. Until next time. Bye for now.